Boom goes the line. Smoke curled through the crumbling skyline, broken glass shimmering like diamonds in the dusty city. Sirens howled in the distance and civilians screamed, but Bakugou wasn't listening. He had eyes for only one thing. You. You stood in the heart of the wreckage, hands stuck at your sides, the dull flicker of your quirk fading like embers. Your mask was cracked and blood dripped from your temple, yet your posture was calm, even in defiance. And he hated that. How damn composed you looked, like none of this even mattered, like he didn't even matter. You always make me chase you, Bakugou growled, stalking towards you. Rumble cracked beneath his boots. You tilted your head. Maybe I like the way you look when you're pissed off. Careful, he snapped back, sparks crackling from his palms. You're not walking away this time. He laughed, low, fond, almost. You say that every time, hero, you mock. Bakugou hated how that word tasted in your mouth. Mocking, bitter, too familiar. This wasn't the first time you'd met. You were the kind of villain who never really left a body behind, who never aimed to kill, but disrupted everything. Intel drops, weapon stashes, private prisons on the commission tried to keep off the books. A vigilante, a terrorist, nobody could really agree. But Bakugou didn't need a file to know you. He felt it every time you clashed. How you pushed him, challenged him, saw straight through the rage and the ego to the real him underneath. That's what made you dangerous. You think this is a game? He snapped. People got hurt today. I didn't touch a civilian, you said coolly. That explosion came from your side, not mine. He scoffed, his jaw clenched. He hated that you were right. You still threw the first punch, he shot back. You stepped forward. Because I knew you'd catch it. Bakugou froze, just for a second, and you moved. He ducked instinctively, your legs slicing the air above his head. The second came faster. The kick was aimed at his ribs. He caught your ankle with one hand and twisted, and you both went down hard into the dust. You rolled and shoved your elbow towards his jaw, but he blocked it, grabbing your wrist and pinning you with the weight of his body. Your back hit the cracked pavement beneath you. You panted beneath him, chest rising and falling rapidly as his did the same. He hovered over you, one hand glowing in the heat. Stay down, he warned. You blinked up at him. You ever think of how alike we are? You teased. His fingers twitched. What the hell are you talking about? You murmured. We fight like mirrors. Same tempo. Same grit. You get loud, I get quiet, we're both just angry. Kids who didn't get promised. The world we were in. You choked on your own breath. Bakugou's breath hitched. That shouldn't have hit, but it did. Because it was true. You continued, catching your breath, almost gentle now, no longer coughing. We could have gone my route, you know? Just a few decisions, a little less luck, and a little more betrayal. I'm not like you, he said back. You keep saying that, but here you are still chasing me. He gritted his teeth. You destroy things. I expose things, you shot back. You break laws. Bad ones? You're a villain, he said finally. You stared up at him. So arrest me. Arrest me, Katsuki. The sound of his name from your lips made him absolutely shift. His hand faltered. You smiled. Just barely. You won't. Not yet. His heart thundered. Why do you do this? Why do you make me the one that has to stop you? He stuttered. You exhaled slowly. Because I trust you to try. He looked at you. I mean, really looked at you under the grime and the blood and the rebellion. There was something raw in your expression, something that begged to be seen, even if you never said it aloud. I should turn you in. Right now, he muttered. Then do it. He didn't move. But you added on. You won't, because deep down, you know I'm fighting for something that matters. Bakugou stood slowly, dusting the ash that clung to his uniform, his hands lowered, fists unlit. You're an idiot, he muttered. I've been called worse. He rolled his eyes and turned, starting to walk. The next time I see you, I will bring you in. You watched him go, slumped against the wreckage. And I guess I'll see you all too soon. You croaked back. It wasn't the last time. You'd met again 3 weeks later, this time in an abandoned trade yard. You were bleeding from a bullet wound. He patched you up and didn't say a word. You met again, and again, and again. Always in the smoke, always with fists, and always with something unsaid, like curling static between you. Until it changed. Until one night, after a botched heist at a blackout across half the city, Bakugou cornered you in the rooftop greenhouse. Your breath frosting in the broken windows. Why do you keep letting me go? You asked. I don't know, he hissed back, saying honestly, and then he kissed you. Rough and angry and desperate, like he hated himself for ever wanting to, but he couldn't stop, and you kissed him back. He didn't tell anyone at the agency, he didn't tell anyone. Didn't say a word, but when you slipped him information about corrupted heroes and records, he didn't say a word. When he watched you walk away again, knowing he couldn't follow. Not yet, because there was a war coming, and Bakugou was bringing something dangerous. You weren't the villain he was supposed to hate. You were just the fire he couldn't seem to put out. So the sky bled into an orange behind the rooftops as the dust settled, casting long shadows over the shattered glass that littered the alleyway. Bakugou stood over a steaming manhole cover, jaw-clenched heartbeat, a snare drum in his chest. He'd gotten your message. Train yard. Midnight. No tricks. Come alone. YN. No tricks his ass. Still he came. Because no matter how many red flags you raised, you'd always told him the truth. And that was the problem. You didn't lie, you just said too much truth. It kind of messed with his head and his heart. The gravel crunched under his boots as he approached the rusted train cars. The air smelled like iron and old fuel, but he didn't see you at first. But he felt you. Behind the blue one, he said aloud. A low chuckle answered him. Still good at this, huh? You stepped out from the shadows, a fresh cut in your cheek and your eyes sharp but tired. You wore a black hoodie, the sleeves were shoved up to your elbows. Not your usual gear. You looked smaller. Not weak, just more human. Where's the trap? He asked, crossing his arms. You shrugged. No trap. I told you. He eyed you. Why call me here then? You know I can't keep covering for you. You rolled your eyes. I'm not asking you to. Bullshit, he shot back. No, he said quieter this time. Not this time. Bakugou's gaze narrowed. You looked different tonight, nervous and not in the usual flirty way or smug way. You wielded it like a shield. You were serious. What's going on? He asked. You hesitated, then handed him a flash drive. No theatrics, no speeches, just held it out. What's this? He asked. Proof, you said, of what they've been doing to the underground quirk users. D-list names, D-list villains, kids, experiments. You'll find names, hero names. Bakugou didn't take it right away. You're asking me to betray my own. I'm asking you to be one. Silence stretched, and then carefully he took the drive. Why give this to me? He asked. He sighed. Because you're the only person who still looks at me like I'm a person, your voice faltered. and not a lost cause, and not a threat. Don't get all soft on me now, he muttered. He smiled faintly. I think we did that a long time ago. There it was again, that painful tightness in his chest, the part of him that flinched every time you looked at him like that. Like you knew him, like he wasn't just a means to end. I should hate you, he muttered. I know. I should arrest you, he shot again. I know that too. But you keep showing up, he said, stepping closer. Keep giving me more reasons not to. You held your ground, though, your fingers twitched at your sides. Because I want to see. I want you to see that. You stuttered. You couldn't even really get out what you were trying. He gave you a look, and you decided to press on. I want you to see what I see. The world that you protect, it's rotting, Koski. You're trying to save it from the outside. I'm tearing it down from the inside. And you think that makes you a hero, he said. No. I think it makes me necessary. The wind shifted, carrying the scent of something sharp. Ozone. It reminded Bakugou of the first time he saw you, standing over a burning lab. Children's wrapped in blankets behind you. You vanished before backup arrived. He told the commission it was just smoke and luck. You'd been lying ever since. You're playing a dangerous game, he muttered. So are you. His jaw tightened at that. What if I told you I'm done picking sides? You blinked at him. I want the truth, he said. Not just the PR version, not what they feed to the masses. I want to fix this for real. And if you're the only one willing to get your hands dirty, you cut him off. And look, Katsuki, we team up, play Bonnie and Clyde until they throw us. He stepped closer. I'm saying, I'm tired of pretending that this line between us is real. You caught your breath in your throat. I'm not your enemy, he said softly. Then stop running like one. Silence again, just breath, just the heat between you two inches apart. You're going to get yourself killed. He smiled. You still worried about me? He scowled, shut up. Then he kissed you. It wasn't gentle, it wasn't soft, it or loving. It was desperate and heated, and a wild fire seemed to crash between both of you. Your hands gripped him, and his hands gripped your hoodie. Your fists were at the front of his vest. You tasted like smoke and chaos. You tasted like grit and thunder. He broke apart, gasping. Still think I'm soft? You asked. Yeah, softest damn criminal I've ever met. He laughed. The sun was dizzy, but then returned the bitter, cold reality. This doesn't change anything, he said. They'll still hunt me, and they'll still hunt you if you let them. Bakugou sighed. Let them. You scoffed. You'd throw it all away for me. Huh? No, he said. For us. You stared at him. No one had ever said that to you before. Not even you. Maybe this would work out.